Hey y'all, it's Siva and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're listening to part 2 of getting into vet school. In my first video, I went over how the academics part of my application had made me successful. I'll tag it above in case you missed it. Now let's talk about the fun stuff. So let's just dive right in. As more and more veterinary schools are beginning to use the holistic approach when admitting students, it is very important for pre-vet students to consider their experiences just as much as their grades. The holistic approach is when veterinary schools look at the whole picture of the applicant versus just weighing the grades super heavily. Now they'll be weighing their experiences and their grades equally to admit the most well-rounded student. There are 6 main sections that you should know about. One is veterinary, another is animal, another is non-animal, and research, extracurricular activities, and employment opportunities. So first, let's go over the veterinary experiences. According to the VMCAS website, veterinary experience includes any veterinary clinical, agribusiness, or health science experiences that took place under supervision of a veterinarian. My advice to pre-vet students is to remember that this can be a veterinarian in any field. It doesn't have to be just your small animal practitioner. So just to list a few for you guys. So there's the food animal veterinarian, there's food inspection veterinarians, there's sports medicine, there's all the specialty veterinarians, and veterinarians in research. Don't put the research veterinarians under this category because that actually has its own category under research. The more corners of veterinary medicine that you hit, the better for your application because it's good for the students to know the broadness of the field that they're getting into. Every veterinary school requires a different number of required veterinary hours. For many schools is about 200 or 250, something like that. Always do more. Let me tell you some facts. My pre-vet advisor told me that the average accepted student has about 1,500 veterinary hours only. That's just veterinary hours, that's not the rest of what I'm going to talk about today. The number seems to go up like every year, which is crazy. We're all very proactive students, I guess. I had 1,700 veterinary hours and I obtained all of my hours through 2 small animal practitioners. I still recommend students to go to different fields and try to broaden their scope of what a veterinarian is. Next, let's talk about animal experiences. According to VMCAS, animal experiences include farm and ranch experience, 4-H membership, animal training, or similar activities that were not under the supervision of a veterinarian. You can diversify your experiences here as well. Most students know to try to hit all corners with the veterinary field and experience, but you can also do that with animal experience as well. Diversifying these experiences can also help you determine the answer to this question, like why do you want to be a veterinarian as opposed to other medical professions and other animal related fields. I believe that was an essay question for one of the schools I applied to. My pre-vet advisor also told us that the average accepted students have an average of 1,500 animal experience hours alone. So just to do the math, we have 1,500 veterinary hours plus 1,500 animal experience hours. I had 717 animal experience hours. So next, let's talk about volunteer experience. According to VMCAS, volunteer work includes experiences outside of the animal care field, for example, Habitat for Humanity, tutoring students, participating in or working for a fundraiser, walk, or blood drive, etc. This is so important, working for people and the environment and animals as a whole in a global perspective is One Health. So this field also has an average of 1,500 hours. I had about 150 hours only. Another sector is the research experiences. According to VMCAS, research experience includes any animal and veterinary research as well as other fields and/or laboratory-based research. Include specific details about your work, involvement, including whether the research experience provided an opportunity to present or publish. Come in! And that was going to be my exact advice. Is that it, Boo-Boo? I see your camera? She wants attention. This is my cat, Boo. He was a stray kitty. Anyways, so be able to explain the purpose of your role and the purpose of the research that you were a part of. If you are unable to do this, it just really shows to them that you were either uninterested or that you did not understand, which is the whole point of being involved in research, right? So the average student that is accepted has about 200 research hours. I had 105 hours in my research experiences. Next, extracurricular activities. VMCAS says that this includes experiences you were involved with from high school until the present, including sports, intramurals, clubs, honor societies, committees, community activities, social activities, fraternities and sororities, certifications, and hobbies. So I didn't know you could list high school. I was always told not to, but you learn something new. This is kind of self-explanatory. The more clubs you're involved in, maybe the better, but don't be that person who pays their dues or shows up to one meeting and never shows up again, puts it on their resume, puts it on their VMCAS. Don't be that person. No, it will catch up to you because you're going to get a vet school interview and they're going to talk to you about your clubs. They're going to talk to you about that one club that you just paid your dues, never attended a meeting, and they're going to say, hey, tell me about that one club, and you're going to be like, ooh, and it's going to catch up to you. So don't be that person. I was involved in 7 clubs or organizations in and out of campus. I held leadership positions basically all of my junior and senior year in different organizations. If you want to be a veterinarian one day, you're going to be a leader. So being able to show that you're a voice for people, then maybe you can be a voice for animals one day, if that's what you said on your essay. But just get involved with what you like to do. It can be anything you're passionate about, and this is where they get to see what your interests are, and the next thing they want to know about are your hobbies. So use that to your advantage, but be yourself. So lastly, I want to talk about employment. So according to VMCAS, employment includes paid work done outside of the animal or veterinary field, for example, a retail or restaurant job. The one thing about this is that it doesn't have to be an animal related job. So basically with tying all the experiences together, you just can't double count any of your experiences. So just pick the section that works best for your application. So I do want to bring up having a bunch of experiences can give you a lot to talk about for your interview. So you guessed it, next I'm going to be talking about the interview. And I had the MMI format interview, so I'll be giving you guys some tips and tricks on what helped me practice for the MMI interview and how my interview went. I can't share the exact questions that they asked me, but I can give you guys an overall feeling so you guys are prepared whenever you get the MMI interview, since again, a lot of vet schools are switching for the holistic review. I appreciate you guys watching my second video, and if you like this content, don't forget to like, subscribe. Also, leave a comment below on your most unique experience that was on your VMCAS application or will be on your VMCAS application. I'd love to hear. Talk to you soon.